I'm thinking this is probably really bad, but then again, it's kind of a statement. Oh my gosh. Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing this look inspired by the new Kathleen Lights and ColourPop So Jaded palette. This palette was announced just the other day, and this is it right here. It is a mixture of cool and warm tones, and it does have a pretty compelling color story. It is rather large, but I decided to do a look inspired by this palette. This is something that I like to do on my channel quite a lot. I always like to encourage you guys, and encourage myself actually, to try and look past new makeup releases sometimes, and really try to shop my stash a little bit more. So that's what this makeup look and that's what today's video is all about. Looking within our own makeup collections and trying to figure out ways to possibly dupe or find alternatives for what's new and fresh on the market. But without further ado, let's just get right on into this video. But I do know that one of the shades in the palettes, like that one close to the top, is like this really beautiful highlight shade. And I think that this shade from the Masquerade palette is, I think, a good duplicate for, or a good alternative. So I'm just going to use this as my brow bone highlight. I have the Jaclyn Hill palette right here, and I'm thinking that the orange shade that's present in this palette would be a good dupe for the one in the Kathleen Lights palette. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm basically going to apply this into, I'm thinking, let me think. I think I want to apply this into my outer corner. I'm also pulling some of this color into my crease as well. I'm going to grab this mustardy shade, which is again a color that I think is quite similar to one of the shades in the Kathleen Lights palette. I'm just going to take it on a crease brush, and this is going to go basically into my crease area. I want to use it to try and buff the orangey shade in a little bit further. And I also, like I said before, I want to add some kind of like a mustardy like effect to this look as well. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a random thing, but while I'm buffing out this yellow into my crease, I'm trying to basically look at what you guys seem to want from my channel and what you guys want to see more of, and I've noticed that tutorials on my channel have not been doing so well. These kinds of videos where I take like inspiration from new palettes usually do the best in terms of tutorials, but just like normal tutorials don't do so well. Tutorials usually don't do so well on YouTube these days. There are a variety of reasons. I believe that you guys are all aware of, this fact. It's no secret that tutorials used to do pretty well, but now not so much. But I love doing tutorials and I love doing makeup looks, and they're fun for me to film. However, I'm thinking that what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try and move tutorials to IGTV. And if you don't know what IGTV is, it's basically like Instagram's version of a video streaming, I would say, feature. So it's like Instagram stories, but it's like permanent on your account. So you can put like videos, you can make them vertical and you can put them on Instagram, and they can be however long you want, I think. I'm not sure how long they can be. I've seen like a few long ones, but it's not something that I've used before, but I'm thinking, because like I film tutorial kind of videos all the time, because whenever I'm doing like colorful makeup for a video, usually I film it. But if they're not doing so well on YouTube, maybe if I like shorten them and I make them into like a 3-5 minute video, they'll do better on Instagram. So I've already filmed like a few of these tutorials, and I am going to try and put them up on my Instagram soon. I am trying to finish up my tutorials that I filmed on this for this channel, so I'm going to try and publish them the tutorials that you'll be seeing, or the tutorial type videos that you'll be seeing on this channel, are going to be centered more around this type of video, in which I like look at new makeup releases and I try to shop my stash and I try to like come up with alternative looks based on a certain makeup release. But the typical old-fashioned tutorials, those will be moved to my IGTV, and if you're not following my Instagram, I'll put it on the screen, and it's always down below anyway. It's basically Anushka MUA, that's the handle, and I post like my photos there, I post on stories, and now I'm going to be posting on IGTV. So there's that really beautiful deep purple in the palette, and it looks like it's a metallic, so I'm thinking that this shade from the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette is going to be a similar effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it on my finger, and I'm going to basically press this right into the center of my eyelid. More towards the inner portion of my eyelid, but I am going to try, and I think I'm applying this into the inner half of my eyelid. Not into the inner corner, we're going to be doing another shade there, but more like the inner half of my eyelid. I'm then going to take that brush that I used for like the orangey eyeshadow, and I'm going to lightly buff the purple into the orangey shade, so it looks a little bit more seamless.
This is probably really bad.
Looking back at the palette, they have like this really beautiful like deep blue shade, and I think that I can find a good alternative in the Morphe 39A palette. I am pretty much going to be smoking this blue out into my lower lash line. I think I'm going to bring it down quite a bit. Did I mess this up? Yes. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do to try and fix this screw up that just happened. I'm going to basically take more of this blue shade and try to integrate it into the top lid, so we can try to fix this like bruise situation that's happening. To be honest, when in doubt, let's just create like an avant-garde look. I'm thinking this is probably really bad, but then again, it's kind of a statement. Oh my gosh. For my inner corner highlight, I'm going to dip into this shade, which I think is quite similar to that greenish gold in the palette, so we're just going to apply this into my inner corner and see if I screw this up. Hopefully I won't. Since this makeup look is definitely like super loud and dramatic, I'm going to go in with like a little bit of brown eyeshadow, and I'm gonna make my brows look a little bit more structured so as to balance like the super dramatic effect that we have going on with the eyeshadow. Okay, what's gonna happen here, I'm literally gonna try and make this into like a super just out there makeup look. It doesn't look good, that's obvious, but I'm gonna own that, because clearly I have messed up big time, and let's just make this like a super epic, super fugly makeup look. This look represents the darkness that I feel inside. I'm going to grab the Lemonhead Space Paste in the shade Adult Film on my finger, and I'm literally going to apply this all over my eyelid and see what happens. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply some false lashes and finish up my mascara, and I'll be right back. And then to finish things off, I'm going to go for this lip right here. This is the Milani lipstick, and this shade is the shade number 15, Hot Pink Rage. Alright, so I guess that pretty much ends this look inspired by the ColourPop and Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette. It is available now if you're interested in ordering it. It is, I believe, on the ColourPop website as of when I'm filming this video. But yeah, this is definitely a I would say it's a fugly makeup look because I'm not sure if I like it or if I don't. But I feel like it's interesting to say the least. But I definitely do want to say that this is a pretty palette. Initially, when I saw it, I was like, "This is quite large. I'm not sure about it," but I will say that it was I think a little bit difficult to pick out specific shades from this palette that match the shades in my collection because some of these shades are pretty unique. So I'm curious to hear your opinions on this palette and this makeup look. Do you like this or not? Do you want to see more of this or not? Let me know because I don't know what to think of this look. I definitely messed up on it. I'm gonna be totally transparent about that. But I don't know. Like, I will say I'm not shy to say that the glitter I feel like saved this look because it does give so much reflection. It makes it look a little bit more interesting, definitely more flattering. But yeah, it's definitely an avant-garde makeup look. But thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that it inspired you to shop your stash a little bit more. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.